365 Sports here at Big 12 Pro Day. Ryan Montgomery, running back, Cincinnati. I was watching you out there, man, and I watched you during the season. You're a train. You're difficult to bring down. You're low to the ground. What's this process been like, and being able to be able to show out for people who maybe haven't seen you or have overlooked you guys, you and some other guys?
Yeah, it's been an awesome process. I just got done training in Austin, Texas, with a former PT from University of Cincinnati, so we got down there and got that connection. So it's been a good process, especially being in Texas and just making an hour trip up here for Pro Day. It's been awesome. And then, as a player, every drill we did today was things I was prepared for. And I feel like I got to really show that I'm a Swiss Army knife and I can do everything on the field and play all 4 downs.
So, you got to go out there and run some routes and all of that. How much of do you think sometimes, like, when you get, like, you're at these pro days, people have kind of a perception of what you do, and then you get to show, like, oh, no, I'll run this route, I'll run that route, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I was saying, I felt like it was a good day for me to show that I can catch the ball out of the backfield, out of the slot, in any of those positions out there. And also looked out today to have my quarterback this past year throw the ball to me.
Oh, yeah.
So
we had him on earlier. He was awesome. Yeah.
And he threw a lot of great balls to me and all the guys. So that was an awesome opportunity for me. But, yeah, just being able to show that I can run all the routes at a good speed and break out of those cuts and be explosive with it.
Did you feel good about all your times and everything?
Yeah, I didn't get to see all my times yet.
Yeah.
But I felt like personally the way that I did the rep was good, like I prepared for it. I felt like I probably PR'd and everything I did today as far as when I started training in January. So I was really proud of that.
So do you know, like, again, nobody's asking me to run a 40 unless they're going to get a good laugh. But, like, do you kind of know, since you've been doing this, like, can you feel it like, oh, that was a good one?
Yeah, especially the 40-yard dash, your 10-yard start is when you really know.
Yeah.
So if you get a good get out and when you pop up and you see you're already at 20 yards and you kind of felt like you floated, you were rolling. Like I said, training for 3 months since January and getting those mental cues kind of give you that confidence to roll the rest of the way.
The only way I know I float is if I'm in the ocean. So, when you say floated, that to me is I'm always asking guys, like, what does it feel like when you are going fast?
Yeah.
Because it's not like – it is something that's unique, right? Like, where you're – like, if you're in the open field and you're – like, nobody's around you, is there a moment where you're like, oh, crap, am I really in the open field?
Yeah. It's even a bigger, blessing when you're at a stadium that has the big screen. You can look up and kind of really verify that information. You feel like you're getting out and you look up and see that there's probably no one behind you. That's a really good feeling. Yeah.
Okay, so Cincinnati, first year in the Big 12. I know it didn't go the way that you guys wanted it to, but there were a lot of positive things you saw there. And Coach Satterfield is a proven track record as a coach. How do you feel the future of the Bearcats is?
Yeah, like you said, it was a big transition year, but we feel like we left it in a better place because there was a lot of leading that had to happen in that first year. We felt like we left the guys there with a good opportunity and a good precedent to continue to lead. Coach Satterfield and the rest of the staff are going to get them guys right. We felt like we had the keys. Some things were just missing here and there, and that's what we learned the Big 12 was. You can't make those little mistakes here and there. Some games come down to 4 plays, and a lot of times those 4 plays didn't go our way. But I know those guys. I've been talking to a few of them. Still really good friends with a lot of people that are there, but they're ready to go.
The running back position last year was the thing of like, oh, well, we're going to not pay as much. We're not going to do this. How do you feel as a running back? Do you have more of a chip on your shoulder to prove, like, as a group of like, hey, for 100 years in the NFL, we were very important. Then all of a sudden you think we're not?
Absolutely. I'm going to paraphrase Saquon Barkley. I'm a big podcast guy. I like to read and stuff like that. He was on Travis Kelce and Jason Kelsey's podcast recently, and he was just kind of like, it's up to us to make that market what it is. So I know a lot of the guys in the league right now are kind of having that chip on their shoulder, like, if we want to be paid what we feel like we're worth, then it's up to us to go out and get it.
Yeah. That's a great podcast, by the way.
Absolutely.
The Kelsey brothers. And look, you are now connected to it because they're both Cincinnati Bearcats.
Absolutely.
How cool is that to, like, just from afar of, like, seeing, like, what those guys have done from your university. I mean, heck, one of them willed himself into being Taylor Swift's boyfriend
Absolutely.
this year. So just by asking, honestly, and putting it out in the universe.
Yeah.
But they're really great ambassadors for the University of Cincinnati,
Absolutely.
right? And
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, every time they get in a room with that CPAW on, it's just a lot of pride that flows through me. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Taylor Swift. My girlfriend's behind us, actually, so she's excited about the opportunity to potentially be in the same room as her. Big fan. But, yeah, those guys are awesome. Their podcast is awesome. Everything they've done, the way they represent University of Cincinnati is the right way. And I know everybody that wears that CPAW is proud of the way they do it.
All right, so would you do a podcast?
Me? There's a lot of people doing podcasts right now.
Well, I mean,
a lot of good ones.
You kind of have to have one.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think it's a good opportunity to, put yourself in a position of power. If you have a voice, to voice what you believe in, it's definitely a good platform. I haven't thought into it entirely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make this thing work right now, but like you said, the Kelsey brothers figured out how to make it work while they're still playing. So maybe it's in my future.
What are your you the Kelsey Brothers podcast, which is what's it called?
New Heights.
The New Heights.
Yeah.
You have New Heights podcast. What else do you like?
I really like the pivot. I think Ryan Clark is exceptional.
Yeah.
I love watching him and the way he speaks about the game and just different things in general. Another one I like to watch is I can't remember what it's called. It's Matt Barnes, basketball. I'm a basketball guy, so I like watching him and Stephen Jackson. So that's probably my top 3 that I watch the most.
Okay, and then this one will be a fourth.
Yeah,
365 Sports.
Absolutely. I don't have a fourth, so here it is.
That's how I just just kind of slide us in there.
Absolutely.
Are you enjoying the process? Has this been fun?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been a different opportunity. Probably my favorite thing is I can't remember his name, but the guy that starts the 40s does the exact for the combine. So getting to talk to him and pick his brain a little bit last night. He was with the Steelers for a long time. So hearing about Antonio Brown as a player and Troy Polamalu and kind of just picking his brain is something you wouldn't get at a pro day back at your school. So just being around people that are there, especially scouts and stuff, talking to them and kind of getting an idea of what it's going to be like at that next level has been an awesome opportunity. All
right, so Ryan Montgomery, 4 down back.
Yes, sir.
4 down. And then we're not a 3 down back anymore because we go for it on 4th
now. And special teams.
And special teams.
Absolutely.
Special teams, catching the ball,
yes,
returning kicks. Have you thought about that?
Yeah,
do you do that?
I returned punts my whole career in Cincinnati and also return kicks every now and then. So that's definitely something that's in my repertoire, and I look forward to getting me on the field in the league.
I think the new way that the kickoffs are doing it's a lot of value for a lot of guys.
Absolutely, especially
but also for running backs because now you're kind of doing what you do. Oh yeah,
absolutely,
all the time anyway, right?
Yeah, so that's a big pitch. Seeing that rule is telling these NFL teams that, in my career at Cincinnati, I was a returner a lot, so I didn't get as many opportunities to do kickoff and kickoff return. So knowing now that you're 5 yards away, that's pass protection for a running back. So we excel in that area, and I think that we add a lot of value to that new rule.
Especially with, if you've seen the way that they did in the XFL, like the plays that they ran off it were super fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm normally not nuts about NFL rule changes. Like they're usually lame.
Yeah.
This one's kind of fun, right?
Yeah, it has the opportunity to bring back the kickoff. That's such an explosive play already. So I'm excited about it.
They very rarely do things that make it cooler for you guys. So I do think this is an awesome one, especially in creating an opportunity for.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many teams
safe.
Yeah, and how many teams maybe don't kick a kick returner or don't want to do it because they're like, well, what's the point?
Yeah, and a lot of kickers kick the ball to the end zone, so there's no opportunity. So I think it's gonna change that aspect of the game a little bit.
Ryan Montgomery, running back, University of Cincinnati. Buddy, so nice to meet you.
You too, absolutely.
Great to be on your now 4th favorite podcast, 365 Sports. But Ryan, thank you so much. Best of luck to you. And look, I hope that your girlfriend gets to meet Taylor Swift.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot. Ryan Montgomery, University of Cincinnati. This is 365 Sports.
Thank you.